So welcome to an Origin of Energy lifestyle clip. So I've gone south today with Marty and Alana, and we went for a drive and we met up with Hugh down at his beautiful farm, and we've just been having a look around today. We've been riding motorcycles and we've had a beautiful lunch and it's been awesome. And we just came down to check out Hugh's place and see the produce that he's going to be bringing to our dinner on the 9th of March, and just get some background on why you started this business up, and why you moved down here and why you chose this area as well.
Yeah, well look, the last couple of years I've sort of been engaged in excursions and eating. I've been a shop, I suppose, for a whole lot of private clients in Sydney, about 200 of them. Yeah. And so the kinds of things I've been doing is going out to the Camden sales, going down the fish markets, buying produce as close to the source as possible. I started coming down to a friend's farm down here and buying his lambs and calves and whatnot. Started spending quite a bit of time with him, yeah, just got to know the area and the people, and I buy from a whole range of different farmers down here now. Yeah. And the next step from buying produce that was a little bit special was to actually go, well, let's start growing some of our own.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's great, the property you've got set up. It's got such diversity, and you've got all this beautiful stuff here. But why, the particular things that you chose, because of,
Oh, look, a lot of it's just a sort of opportunity.
Yeah.
Every spring I sort of have a bit to do with the goat dairy herd out at Windsor, Willowbrae Cheese. So I take their young kids, their capretto, every spring, and we hand rear them. Yeah. So we've got a few of them left over. The kids are sort of like there.
And we're going to have those. We're going to have one of those on our night, which is going to be great.
Yeah, yeah.
And so Marty's going to prepare it in a beautiful way.
And a turkey.
And a turkey. And both of those things are sort of what I like to think of as minimal input in terms of the husbandry. They've got completely free access to around the property, and they serve jobs. They help keep the foxes away from the other poultry or whatnot. Yeah. And they really just selectively graze whatever they want. I mean, the goats, they love the trees, the fruit trees. Yeah. In particular, if you just put them in a paddock and left them there, they really wouldn't be happy. They'll eat a bit of grass, but they really want the roses and the grapes and
all the trees.
All that kind of stuff in their diet. They're demons on blackberries, and the blackberries are in full flight right now.
Yep. So it's great to be able to keep them at bay.
Yeah, and they demolished my raspberry.
raspberry
stash in my veggie garden when they got in a couple of weeks back.
So we raspberry infused goats.
They're going to have a beautiful flavour running through them.
Yeah. And same with the turkeys. The turkey, there's been a great season. There's heaps of grass and heaps of grass seed. So I really don't supplement their feed much at all.
And you were saying that they get about 70% out of when you put them into pasture. They'll take 70%.
They'll take 70% of their feed up off the pasture.
Which is
and
awesome.
Look, in their case, because I haven't been on any kind of schedule to push them to get to a weight, they're getting 100%. So it's just grasshoppers and bugs. If we go for a walk up in some of those pastures, you'll see that the grass is actually alive. It's just got so much stuff in it. Yeah. Which all conventional farmer would tear his hair out because he's going, oh shit, I've got problems.
What am I going to do with this?
But for me, it's perfect because it means I don't have to feed them.
Yep, and they do it all for you.
Yeah.
And you put them to work, and it's a great way. And I mean, this is this is the model that if we can get this out there in a big way with farming and get people to support it and know that this is, if you're going and getting produce, or if you're going to a particular restaurant that has this produce available, then that's where the money's going, which is just awesome.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it really is something that, as I understand it, only kind of works on a small scale. Our project is to just try and increase our soil fertility. Yep. And we do that by running stock on it, using their manure and moving them. They've got access to move onto new ground all the time. If you come back in a few months, you'll see that there's been a few changes to do with mobile housing, and we're going to increase the number of pigs we've got, and we're going to try and restore a couple of pastures up the back by using the animals over a couple of years and rotating them through those pastures.
So why did you choose down here? Like when you were, was it just came about that you were driving around and
Oh look, we'd sort of given up on buying anything in Sydney, and
Yeah.
we're really happy where we rent.
Yep.
And we'd sold a place a couple of years back, so we were looking for a little country place. I'm
Yep.
been a frustrated farmer all my life. All my
Yep.
extended family are farmers, so I spent a lot of time as a kid on
Yeah,
farms. And in all honesty, this is the only place even vaguely near Sydney that's affordable.
yeah, no, that's so
you know,
true.
we looked down.
For this size, it's
Yeah,
really
we looked down south. We looked Bilpin, Oberon, and I've been looking for about 8-9 years.
oh right.
And so to finally think, well, okay, this is actually, it's foothill country. A lot of people
Yeah.
think, oh, it's down near Goulburn, must be flat and dry.
So
and horrible.
we are at.
Where we are,
Yeah.
yeah, we're in the foothills. We're 800 metres here, and we're at the bottom of the valley.
Hell yeah.
It's 950 at the top of the
Oh,
hill.
right,
It
up there.
snows here every winter.
Oh, awesome.
So it's pretty cold. I
Yeah.
mean, basically behind us you've got Wombian Caves, and then you've got 80 k's up to Warragamba Dam. It's all
Yep.
national park,
Okay.
so it's all quite wild, gorge
Yeah,
backcountry.
yeah.
You know, it's not the flat, dry Goulburn.
Yeah, no, not at all.
Kind of
Not at all.
And it's a
It's
different landscape from the top of the hill back down, because we
Yeah.
saw it when we were on the bike before, so it
Yeah.
was sort of more of a clay type
Yeah,
soil.
the
the top
changes
to
in
more
the
of a
soil as you come
Yep.
through.
Richer soil as it came back down the hill.
Yep, there's big variations in the soil here. There's some lovely basalt country, which is just incredibly productive, and we've got a little bit of basalt, but on the whole, there's a whole lot of stuff that needs to be improved.
Yeah, and that's just rotation, like you said, and just using everything effectively to re-nourish
Yeah.
the soil. And
Yeah, I mean, my understanding of agriculture is that you should leave
yeah,
the place in better condition than it was the year before.
yeah, totally.
And that's through good management. I mean, good management isn't just letting something lie there and necessarily just regrow. You really
Yeah.
want the animals on there, and you want them working.
yeah,
And you want to keep as many chemicals off there as possible. Because, I
possible.
mean,
And that way it
there's
just
not-
gives it the sustainability and also the nutrition.
Yep, it's
as
just
well.
bringing the life back to the soil, all the
Yeah.
worms and critters, and
Yeah.
getting the fertility there.
That's great. And Marty's going to do amazing things with the food.
So we've got a few dishes that we're going to be using from a goat and a turkey, muscle curry of goat, and then yellow curry of turkey.
And I'll bring some of my crisp cucumbers.
Crisp cucumbers to make a cucumber and ginger relish to go with it.
Yeah, that's,
And then the other ingredients we haven't sourced yet, but there'll be about 5 dishes all up on the evening,
yeah.
and they'll all be talked about and where they came from, and so Hugh's our meat supplier for the
Yep.
night.
So you know Hugh now, so it's going to be a great evening. So come along and check it out, and we'll see you soon.
Book up fast, we've only got 20 spots.
Yep. Yep. Very quick.
Bye.
See you next time. Thanks, Hugh.
Thank you.